Um, I think I'm off to a bad start on this one already. Um, I was once asked, wrong start. This is already going to be a long one. It's okay, we have a little bit of time still. At least at this particular star date in August 2008. Um, I used to think that logic, the dichotomous logic, as it sprouted and moved into prepositional logic, changed the shape, if I can make a metaphor to shape, changed the shape of that which I thought. And I used to draw pictures of skulls being opened and thoughts coming out in different shapes. And then I kind of had a bit of an identity crunch. I didn't fall into an animalism, as some objectivists would purport happens, but I did have an identity conflict where the X of my being did not equal the X of who I was, and hence I lost my identity, shattered, and then came back. Now, that's just a side note, and not necessarily relevant, but one does pass through an animalism in the process of losing oneself. The follow-up to the thinking of the shape in three dimensions of logic or of one's thought patterns came to mind in an artistic sense. And I asked a gentleman that I worked with, I said, what is the shape of a man? Once losing one's identity and coming back, one wants to find out, well, what is the shape of a man? For all metaphoric senses. And he, with very little hesitation, said, a sphere. And I thought, oh, a sphere. And that seemed to ring true. That seemed to make a lot of sense. And then I thought about the pyramid, the Godhead, if you will, is in my deduction, it's a pyramid. Why is it a pyramid? Because pyramids denote class, and they denote position, and they denote station in life. And one often has their kids shooting for the stars as a wish, so that they would land higher up on the pyramid and not fall at the very bottom. Some people, on the other hand, don't realize what it is they're doing. The body can be made metaphor in chakras, so I like chakra systems. Objectivists, who are God adherers, the funny thing about an objectivist is that an objectivist points to objects, but the real object that an objectivist is pointing to is a pyramid. Now, it's an unseen pyramid, it's an unprovable pyramid, and for all fawns in the world, all satyrs, all people, salt of the earth people, that have all chakras working, the pyramid is the shape of the objectivist. And what this means is that the shape that they want to objectify, that they're trying to get all other spherical beings to see, is that they were born somewhere on a pyramid, on an angle. It's even stressed in mathematics. Trigonometry is infiltrated and pressed in our youthful education. For those who don't get it, you're born to a station, and the hope is that you rise up to the station. The hope is that you don't shatter your spherical being. And the Sisyphean myth, the mountain that one rolls its being up, could be looked at as absurd. One might even want to smoke themselves to death before they actually have to tackle this heel rolling. One might even have their head chopped off before it's rolled. One might be the chopper of heads, and one might be the pyramid odor. One might be a piggy, Qtron man. One might be a satyr who is also a pig. One who does not have joy. One who does not sing. One who is not an artist. One who doesn't appreciate the arts. One who does not wake up with an ode and a beauty towards their own life, their own childlike life, as it's put into rhythm, as it's put into accents, as it's put into visual art form, as it's put into literature, as it stresses the beauty of what man can do with words. No, the objectivist, just like the religious man, is a pyramid. Now the pyramid is very interesting. So this is the object that the objectivists make metaphor to, hence, and ironically, not really being anything that they can point to, but it's there, and we inherit it. All political systems, all economic systems, all class systems, all human social systems work so it would be, so it would seem in this manner. So on this side we have the fawns, we have the satyrs. See in the background over here? See that satyr? See this little mermaid here? See that beaut? You see her? Anyway, so we have this class of individuals who grew up in the woods, and they're pagan, and they have a zest for their life, and a zest for their people, and a zest for themselves. And these are spherical individuals, and they slowly exist, and they're really pretty happy about it. But then here comes, for all good reason, a reporter like Mr. Cropper. Look, I'm a reporter, and I'm just going to show everyone this pyramid. So meanwhile, Azrienoch is going to roll up the Sisyphean myth, okay, on this side. And he's going to be imprinted with the pyramid as he's rolling up the myth. And Mr. Cropper is going to go ahead and insist that we must be square. So he's going to remain a square to import the pyramid of a religion that he himself will not partake in. He will get so close to the top. He will get to the rational chakra right here. But he will not get to the theocratic chakra up here. Neither will all these objectivists. They'll cut it off right here. This is where they define a man. Not up here. Up here, that's for something else. That's for something they don't describe. That's for something that's disingenuous to the hope of that which we've inherited from these great civilization starters. Now, I promote this shape. I promote, and as you notice, the buildings and the obelisks and the features in architecture and masonry all around us, we have the pyramid. This is the promotion for me. This is the promotion for me. It's the upside down pyramid. It's not trickle down economics, but unfortunately we and I are raised in and have to face this reality. So the pure individual, the pure one out there that is fighting and painting their faces and getting ready for war and wanting to war for what? Just their own sanctity of being. I offer myself up as someone who has slaughtered their identity to be first to flop into the enemy's camp. And oddly enough, Mr. Cropper is not the enemy here. He's promoting the enemy here. And, well, you know, I'm going to take that back. He's not promoting it. God, I lost my gig right at the end. My mojo, my oomph. Take care.